Welcome back to another one of my vectors and scalars videos. This video will be focusing on vector addition using numbers. In the previous video in the first video I showed you how vectors are added together just without numbers, just the vectors themselves. This I'll be showing you vectors addition using numbers, vector and scalar addition. So here we have let's say scalars. We'll start with scalars. So we have, let's say A equals 7, B equals 6, because a scalar quantity is just an amount. This is just, the amount is 7, and the amount of B is 6. See, no squiggles or arrows, so this is a scalar value. And if I was to say, example 1, A plus B, 7 plus 6, 13, and that's the value. That's the value when you add these two scalar quantities together. It's just it's like just addition, and it's just like with example 2. Let's say A minus B, 7 minus 6, 1. So scalar addition isn't that hard, and like I explained in the other video, with vectors and scalars, if you draw them up, the negative. You can either think that as minusing something, or you could think of it as being in the negative direction. It makes if that doesn't really make such sense, and you want to know why, that's considered to be A plus negative B, then just watch the previous video. So now we go on to vector addition. Vector addition. So we have, let's say A is equal to a squiggly line or an arrow, whatever you prefer, is equal to 3i plus 10j plus 3k, which means the vector will be it'll be in the positive directions of all three of these, but it's going in the positive I direction, 3, it's going forward 10 in the positive j direction, and it's going up 3 in the positive k direction. Because in vectors we replace x, y, and z with I, j, and k. These are the components that make up this vector, basically. Okay, so let's do that. So let's say an example. I'll put the B one up now. B, I forgot to put the other vectors up. So B, we'll say, is 4i, 4 in the I direction. We'll put a minus 5j, which means it's going 5, but not in the positive j direction, it's going 5 in the negative j direction. Okay, and plus 5k, which means it's going 5 in the positive k direction, which is up. Okay, so let's say example 1 is equal to, or is A plus B, squiggles, show its vector. Well, basically, we just add the components. We don't add it all together. We just go, well, this is 3i and this is 4i. So we add the 3 to the 4. We put the I around here. Okay, and same for the j value, j components. So we put an addition, and then we have 10, and then we add this component, which is negative 5, which is the same as saying 10 take 5, but this is how I like to write it. Okay, and we also have, we've got to write the j, squiggle, and then we have plus 3 plus 5 in the k direction. So if we add all these together, we get 3 plus 4, 7, in the I direction, plus 10 minus 5, well, that's just positive 5 in the j direction, and then 3 plus 5 is just 3 plus 5 is just 8 in the k direction. Okay, so now there is your vector A, vector A plus vector B, and that's the resultant vector. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do an example using, I'll keep the vectors up. We'll have example 2, A, vector A minus vector B, or a positive A vector and you're adding negative B vector. Now what I usually do to make it easier is I draw up the negative vector, negative B vector. So it's basically B in the opposite direction. So that means 4 will be a positive 4, it'll be a negative 4, because now it's going in the other direction. Negative 5 will become positive 5, J I mean. And this last one over here, positive 5 will be negative 5k. So everything is switched to its opposites. So this is our negative B vector, negative 4i plus 5j minus 5k. So that will equal, we have our A vector, so we group them. A, 3, and we have plus negative 4i. Now for our j component, we go add 10 plus, this is now positive 5, so we just write the 5, j, and plus 3k, so we just write the 3, and the negative b value is now plus negative 5, and then we'll do k in the squiggle. Okay, that means that our vector A plus negative b, or just write negative b for short, is 3 minus 4, which is negative 1 in the I direction, plus 15 in the positive j direction, because it's 10 plus 5, and then we have 3 take 5, which is negative 2. And so we're going 1 in the negative I direction, we're going 15 in the positive j direction, and we're going 2 in the negative k direction. Okay. So now I'm going to do another example, but I'm going to also add I'm going to give them new vectors. Okay, let's start again, because another way of writing vectors isn't just writing the I, j, k, it's writing them within brackets, but they're pointy brackets. So we use these kinds of brackets. So just like how you would do rounded brackets and put x, y, z to show that it's a vector, because it is a vector, we use the exact same system, but instead we use these arrows as the brackets, and we have the I, j, k components. So this one's going to be positive. It's going to be 1 in the positive I direction. This is going to be 2 in the positive j direction, and this is going to be 3 in the positive k direction. Our b vector is going to be 2 in the positive I direction, 3 in the negative j direction, and 4 in the positive k direction. And our c is going to be 5 in the positive I direction, 1 in the positive j direction, and 10 in the negative k direction. Okay, so let's say our example is A, this will be a fourth example, A plus, in brackets, B minus C, which means we do the B minus C first, and then we do the A. And then we add that to the A. So we'll do B minus C. B minus C, what does that equal? Well, that means we just do this in the negative direction, and the negative will make this a negative C, that will make this negative, that will make this negative, and that will make this a positive. So they all flip. So you don't have to write the positive, but they all basically flip. So if it's a positive, it's now a negative. If it was a negative, now it's a positive. Okay? And that will equal well, we group the I values, so that'll be 2 plus negative 5 I, so that's all the I values grouped, and then we add well, I'm going to do them in their components just for this addition. You can, if you want to, you can do the brackets and just have a comma in between each one that you've added. That's fine. I'll do that for the next one actually. Anyway, so we group our j's. So we have negative 3 plus negative 1 in the j direction, and then I can't fit my k, so I'll put plus. K is I was looking at the right one. K is 4 plus 10 k direction. That will come out as, well, 2 minus 5 is negative 3i. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4 in the j direction. Put it there. And then 4 plus 10 is positive 14 in the k direction. That is b, vector b minus vector c. Now you could also write that in the form of negative 3, comma, negative 4, comma, 14. Then close the brackets. Okay? Now, let's say we have, now we're going to do a, and we add that to this vector, which is the negative, which is b minus c vector. So we group a, which is the I value for a is 1. So we have 1. And then we add that to what we got for the I value for this, which was negative 3. I'm actually going to do it in this form, just to show you another way of doing it. And that's our I value, then we use a comma, and now we do our j value. Our j value would be, the j value for a is 2. 2 plus, now what did we get for this? We got a negative 4. And then we do another comma. And what do we get? What is our k value for a? It's 3. 3 plus, what do we get for our k value, which is 14? So we just put 14. Okay? That means, I'll go on the brackets, that means now we have 1 plus negative 3, well that's negative 2. 2 plus negative 4, that's negative 2. And 3 plus 14 is 17. And that is our a vector plus our, in brackets, b vector minus c vector. And you can also write that as negative 2i minus 2j plus 17k. Okay, well that's it for my vector and scalar addition videos. I hope you learnt something. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a good day.